started to go to the boat, me, which is Nelly, and my husband, which was Tõnis, and my 2 children. The older one was Tõnis Jr. and the younger one was Tiiu, actually. And so we came together to Göteborg. And we got there early. The boat could not get out yet. We had to leave 1 month on the boat. And the head cook, whose name was Potse, gave his bunk to us to leave this month on the boat and sleep in his bed on the boat. So, and later, when the boat started to sail, then I was put into our bunk. Then boat was going out a month earlier, but something came up and they couldn't, which I don't know what that was. And so that's why we had to live already in the closed quarters before we left Sweden. Of course, it was a sad moment to leave Sweden because we had already established ourselves almost in there. We were supposed to be killed back home because my husband was working in a government place. I don't know if it's proper to say that where he was working, but he was a chauffeur for the chief of police. We left Sweden because so many Estonians were given out to Russia, and we were afraid that we will be given out as well. And my husband decided to go first to Venezuela, but then there was no ways to get there, and then we heard about the Walnut, and we rode there and we got the reason to seats and beds and the Walnut, and we came away just to get farther away from the communists. On the boat we had this bunk where we were sleeping, and the bunks were 3 levels and we were on the upper level, and the bunk was so low that I could not sit properly. I had to bend down like that to sit. And the boys were sort of wild. They wanted to move around a lot because one was 5, one was 4. And children, to stay put 1 month in such a little quarters, it was a big job. And I was so seasick, I could not eat or do anything. And so that was the trip over the ocean. Just bringing up. When we got Halifax, I was just a bunch of bones because I was only 97 pounds. My husband brought the soups and the food for us up. Firstly, they brought in the peas, and the boys were eating peas, and right away they finished eating, they brought it up because they were seasick too, but it didn't matter too much to them. And then he brought to me sauerkraut soup. And when I started to look at it, and I thought that I might even like it, but I saw it was all little white things in it. First I thought it was maybe a rice, but then I examined closer and I saw they were all white little worms in it. Of course they were cooked and they were not danger your system anymore, but the soup didn't go because I didn't feel like eating those little things. Boat looked like, I can't really remember much of the boat. The boat was sort of like any other little boat, but inside sure was different. There were bunks all over the place, 3 levels in the basement, and as I knew it, the people were single and without children. These people were put to the very bottom of the boat. And then there was the middle place where there were with the children and small children and more quieter level. But I had small children too, but there was not enough space on this level, second level, so we were put on the first high up level, and then water was blowing over the level where we were. And then the boys were up. We had a ladder to walk down if we needed to go out. But usually you had to do it on the body because couldn't let the children go out. If they go out, I was afraid the waves would blow them away because the waves are very big.
Well, my trip across the Atlantic, I was 5 years old. I don't remember much at all. All I can remember is the going in and out of the bunk beds. That I had to keep looking up every time I went upstairs to make sure that vomiting wasn't coming down. Yeah, that was a challenge.
You see, in Ireland, the boats stopped a week, and a lot of families and a lot of single people who were able, they all ran and they got shower all over. People took their homes and let them have a showers, and then they came back on from there. They stayed off almost all week in Ireland's people's places, houses. Some people were angry that, you know, they're whispering all kind of things and asking the captain why is they don't get the proper food. Why is there little worms in the soup? And the captain told them, shut your mouth. I don't like to listen your complaining because this is not my doing. And you're lucky you're still alive. You get over the sea. And so everybody stayed quiet and didn't say anything much anymore. Yeah, you see, I couldn't go out because I was very seasick and looking after boys. But my husband was always out on the deck and behind this big chimney. I don't know what kind that was, but he said that there was such a beautiful sight when the dolphins were all jumping around the boat. And the men were saying that once the dolphins jump around the boat, then the people are safe in it, because dolphins are always guarding the people and the boats who sort of sail on the ocean. And so we all believe that maybe dolphins and God are looking after us, being on the voyage over for our lives.